Yo, what's going on? Charles Austin here on a Saturday morning. Uh, a Saturday morning where hadn't been up long. Literally just um, sitting on the couch, looking outside, looking at nature, loving nature, respecting nature. And last night, I had a revelation that I'm gonna share with y'all. And it's gonna be one of the revelations where it's like you can take it or leave it, but before you take it or leave it, um, test it out for yourself, or check it out for yourself, or examine the information for yourself. Okay? So, wake up. Blah, blah. So, I'm gonna explain to you how you know without certainty. How you know with certainty. I'm going to explain exactly how you know that human beings, right? Homo sapiens, all of us bipedal organisms that walk around every day with clothes and we get in cars and we go to work. That's the species I'm talking about. So I'm going to explain exactly how you know that we are not designed, nor were we meant to ever, well, I don't want to say ever, because I'll wake up everybody else who wants to challenge. Let me make sure I choose my words wisely, because I want my statement to be infallible. Okay? So this is how you know. I'll just put it like this. This is how you know. I'll put it like this. Again, for the detractors out there, I'll just say it like this, because then they're going to come with some other stuff that's false. But anyway, let's just get to the point. This is how you know we're not supposed to eat meat. I'm going to explain. This is how you know. Okay, and I'm not going to go into any data. I'm not going to go into any, lab reports. I'm not going to do any statistics. I'm not going to show you any fancy pictures. I'm just going to tell you the most basic reason, the simplest, most basic reason why you know we humans were not supposed to be eating animal products. Okay? Here goes. There's something about, and I'm going to explain why. Also, I'm going to explain why. I know I'm all over the place. I just woke up. But I'm laying here and I was like, I got to share this. I got to share this. Somebody needs to hear this. So, I'm also going to explain. Let's start here. Let's start here. Why is fast food so popular? Why is restaurant food so popular? Why is the frozen section and microwavable food and all these different things so popular? Food that comes in a package, in a box. Why is there a fast food restaurant in every neighborhood? Rich, poor, right? Doesn't matter what ethnicity you claim. There's a fast food everywhere. Okay? The reason why all of these fast food restaurants and you have all this processed food, all this stuff, the reason why that is the folks that have no interest in your best interests, that pull the strings, they do not want you to have a connection with your food. Okay? They don't want you to prepare your food. They don't want you to look at your food, clean your food, and understand your food. They just want your food to be in a box. They don't want you to know where it comes from. They don't want you to know how it grows. Okay? They don't want you to know the specific nutrition in that food. They don't want you to know the life cycle. They don't want you to know anything about your food. And coming from somebody who cooks regularly, okay? And I would ask anybody who cooks regularly, okay, to share and comment their experience with cooking. There's something about cooking when you're actually cooking food, and I'm going to get to that in a second. There's something about cooking food that connects you with nature. There's something about that. Okay? So that's the first thing. The first thing is there's fast food everywhere. It's everywhere. Fast food and processed food. It's always about the latest drink that they can make. You know, whether it's alcoholic or not, it's always some special packaged food or drink. It's just, and they dress everything up, and it's always on the commercials. It's always on the commercials, and it's advertised. It's in front of you every day, and of course, we know that the food that's advertised, there's tricks in the advertising commercials to make you eat this stuff. It doesn't actually look that way. It doesn't actually taste that way. Okay, none of that's true. Okay, it's all a fake. And shout out to one of my Facebook friends who, you know, shared a post about the way this big pharma advertises all of this poison, this medication to you all the time too. It's very similar. The same way they advertise medication, right? With the person who's running through the forest so happy or whatever. The same way they advertise medication is the same way they advertise this frankenfood, this false food, this food substitute, these food products. So again, number one, everywhere you go, there's fast food. Doesn't matter the neighborhood. Every grocery store you go to, whether it's, no matter where you live, if it's Kroger, if it's H-E-B, or, you know, if it's Tom Thumb, if it's Albertsons, if they even exist anymore, I don't know. I thought they went out of business. What else is it? Publix, right? Smith's. I'm just trying to think of all the places I can think of. If you go to Costco, say whatever, you know, right? Places that everybody goes. As much, they have all the right food choices, even if you shop at Walmart, right? You shop at Target. Everything you need to eat is in those stores. But guess what they also have? Everything you don't need. Doesn't matter. You can go to Whole Foods all you want. You're going to find plenty of false foods in Whole Foods. People think, oh, well, if it came from Whole Foods, it has to be good. So, I don't want to get into the weeds because I want to get into the good stuff. But I just wanted to remind you that everywhere you go, there's false foods, there's fake foods right in front of you. And that's on purpose. And it's always advertised to you. Now, here's the goods. There's really only 2 points, but that's part of it. Okay? Talking about eliminating that connection with food. That's what we're talking about. And again, there's something about, and this is going to sound weird to some of y'all. Some of y'all are not going to get it, and that's fine. I get it. Somebody needs to hear this though. But there's something about taking a bell pepper, taking a mushroom, taking a squash, whatever, a carrot, a potato, an apple, strawberry, whatever it is. There's something about that when you wash it, you clean it, you prepare it, you realize that you're connected with nature. Now, here's how you know. Here's the goods. Okay? So, here's the goods. This is how you know for a fact that you cannot question it. Okay? Here's how you know that humans are not supposed to eat meat. This is how you know. And again, I told y'all already, we're not going to do any data, statistics, and fancy pictures. We're not doing any of that. So here we go. Whether it's any type of plant food, whether it's a fruit, a vegetable, a legume, a seed, a nut, a whole grain, whatever it is, none of those types of foods, and this is going to sound weird, but I want you to think outside the box. I want you to think outside the box. This is going to sound strange. It's going to sound crazy, but none of those foods complain. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? None of those foods complain about being eaten. Okay? Okay? If you take a banana and you peel the skin off the banana and you eat it, the banana doesn't complain, it doesn't scream, it doesn't do anything. Okay? And furthermore, all of these foods that I just mentioned, again, we're talking fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes. We're talking about all these plant foods that grow from nature, grow from the earth. Not only do they not complain when you eat them, okay? They do not complain, but they also tell you exactly when it's time to eat them. And what do I mean by that? There's the word that we use. Oh, is it ripe yet? Is it ready yet? Is it time to pick that yet? You don't have to guess when it's time to eat those foods. They tell you. The foods themselves. It's almost like they announce themselves. Like they start growing and then they announce themselves and they say, look at me. I'm ready to be eaten. Okay? So this is every plant food. I keep naming them, and I'm going to keep naming them. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes, whole grains, etc. Every single one of those type of foods announce when they're ready to be eaten. They literally tell you it's time to eat me. That's literally what they do. And when you prepare them, when you cut them, when you skin them, okay? When you cut them, when you skin them, when you peel them, when you boil them, when you bake them, etc. When you blend them, when you juice them. There's so many ways, to consume these plant foods. So many ways. When you do all of those things, they never complain. Okay, again, this might sound weird to some of y'all, but if you really think about hearing what I said, I'm about to compare it to the opposite here in just a second. But when you prepare these foods, they do not complain. And matter of fact, a potato, a peanut, a red bean, a whole oat, whatever it is, they're literally here to be eaten. They serve no other purpose other than to be eaten. That's it. That's the only purpose they serve. To be eaten. Okay? So that's how you know. Now, let's compare it. So for all the folks that may watch this, and they may say, well, wait a minute. That's not enough proof that's not enough. Okay? Let's compare it to the opposite. Right? If you're going to, let's just use an easy example I think most of us can relate to. Okay? We can use like a chicken, or we can use like a cow, because at least I know over here in this country, those are common animals that humans consume. Okay? So again, we've already stated that all the plant foods, all the fruits, vegetables, all that kind of stuff, they don't run from you. They don't get scared. They're happy to be eaten, and they actually get ripe, and they tell you. They announce themselves, and they say, "Hey, it's time to eat me." That's what they say. So, if we go to the exact opposite, the cow or the chicken, it's running for its life. Okay, I'm gonna bring it full circle. It's running for its life. Just a little data here. There's enough data to support, there's enough research to support the amount of stress that animals right before slaughter face, and how that passes on in our food when we eat it. Because if you think about if you were in a line. Think about if you were in a line. And think about how cruel this is. I'm not trying to make this about a cruelty post, because that's not what this is for, but I'm just trying to make all the dots connect. Think about if you yourself, you were in a line, And this line was a line that you could never get out of. It's impossible to get out of this line. Okay, again, this is not animal cruelty. Be quick with this. But this is a line you could never get out of. And you keep seeing in front of you, you're trying to look around like, what's going on up there? Like, what is this line for? And you keep, somebody behind you is pushing you forward. And again, you can't get out of this line. So somebody's pushing you forward, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. And when you finally see what's going on, you start to see that each person is getting a shot in the head. Bam. Each person, bam, getting a shot. And you're like, wait a minute, how do I get out this line? You can't get out the line. Imagine the stress. Imagine the stress that would be associated with that line. So now, that same stress is passed on to you when you eat. But anyway, so the point I'm saying is these animals literally run for their life, and they're doing everything they can to get away from you. Now, let's change this and let's take it to the wild. Okay? We're out of the slaughterhouse now. So that's one way that we're going to connect these dots. Think about in the wild, which is the best comparison. Because obviously we know slaughterhouses and animal farming is unnatural. That's unnatural. Okay? That's against nature. But let's go to the wild. Again, we've already stated that fruits and vegetables and plant foods and all that stuff, they don't run from you. They don't complain. They're happy to be eaten because that's their purpose. Now, let's go to the wild. Same example. You say, well, wait a minute. Predators have to eat food and the animals run for them. Yep, that's absolutely right. So just to connect the dots, yes, it is true. The gazelle runs from the lion. Yep, we know that. The gazelle runs from the lion. The gazelle knows it doesn't want to get eaten. Just like the chicken and the cow that we eat or whatever. They know they don't want to get eaten. Because they're sentient beings, right? They know they don't want to get eaten. They want to live. So yes, the gazelle runs from the lion. So for all the people that's like, well, wait a minute. Predators chase animals and they're scared and they run. Absolutely. But here's the difference between humans, us, and those predators. Here's the difference. And then forgive me if I make a long list. I'm going to do as many as I can remember off the top of the head. Here's the difference. Here's the difference. All of those animals that chase other animals to eat them, here's what they have. They have super speed, like a cheetah. They have huge canine teeth, right? Like lions and tigers and even bears and things like that, right? They have super large canine teeth. What else do they have? They have some of these animals have night vision, right? Like lions hunt at night. Some of these animals have super hearing, like a bat. They literally don't need to see because they have super hearing and they can hear where their prey is. Some of these animals have teeth that will literally replace themselves if it gets injured when they hunt, like a shark, right? Some of these animals, what else? What about talons, like predator birds, right? Like eagles and hawks. They have literal talons for grasping and clawing at food. And have you seen the shape of the beak of a predator bird? It's like this curved spike, all right? I'm going to keep going. Some of these animals have venom that comes out of their freaking teeth. Okay? Some of these animals have stingers on their tail. Okay? What else? Some of these animals, and most of these animals, have a type of camouflage that literally hides them from the animal they're about to go eat. Okay? What else? Have I named them all? Oh, so we did teeth. Oh, some of them have claws. That's literally designed to claw and rip open stuff. All right? Even the tongue of some of these animals is specifically designed to chomp down meat, right? Think about the armor on an alligator skin. They're designed to sit there in this water. They're designed to have their eyes poke out, and the chomp of an alligator or a crocodile. I mean, you can't survive it. I mean, what else? Shall we continue? What about the digestive tract? Predator's digestive tract has more acid. It just does. It has more acid. Okay? Their stomachs aren't the same. Their intestines aren't the same. Okay? So the point I'm making, and I probably missed some, I said supervision, night vision, super hearing, super speed, all these different things. They were specifically made to catch an animal. They were made to catch an animal that's running from them. They were made by nature to catch an animal that's running from them. You see how simple this is? Most things in the world are very, very simple. The problem is people overcomplicate them. This is kindergarten level stuff. So again, just to compare it again, when you eat foods that grow from the earth, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, whole grains, beans, and all that stuff, nuts, seeds, whatever. When you eat that stuff, it's not hard to catch. Okay? It's not hard to catch. You just go out into the yard, go out into the field, go out to the tree, wherever. You look at it and you say, has it announced that it's ready to be eaten? Meaning, is it ripe yet? And you grab it. You grab it, you clean it, you eat it. It's that simple. There's a reason why we have thumbs. That's the grab stuff. It's the pick stuff. We were made to pick stuff. We were made for that. And when you flip it again back to the animals that are predators, they were literally made to catch stuff that runs from them. They were made to catch stuff that is running from them. Think about a human trying to catch anything. Go outside and try to catch a squirrel. Don't do it because, they carry diseases, but I'm making a point. Go outside and try to catch a squirrel. We physically cannot do it. Now, people will start saying, well, we can create gadgets and things. Now you're cheating. You're cheating. I don't give a crap what you say. I don't give a crap what you say. You're cheating. Okay? Now, I mentioned all those superpowers that these other animals have. Super speed like a cheetah. That's a superpower. There's not a land animal that can run faster. That's a superpower. Right? Or like these bats who can hear prey. Like, bam, like they bounce stuff off the walls, bounce sounds off the walls, and they're like, oh, where am I? Bam. They don't even need to see. They can hunt with their eyes closed. That's a superpower. That's a superpower. I mean, what else? What is another example? What's another example of a predator animal with a superpower? Here's another one. The fastest animal on Earth, a peregrine falcon. This thing literally is in the air and it dives so fast that the prey never sees it coming. It goes like 200 miles an hour. Right? Or think about like a crocodile or something. When it bites down on stuff, it crushes bone. That's a superpower. It's too strong. You can't deal with that. So I'm not going to list all these, but the point is, all these are superpowers that these animals have that make them designed to literally catch stuff that runs from them. So then you say, well, wait a minute, we can create guns, we can create... You're cheating. Our superpower is right here. The human superpower, it's the brain. It's not about how fast we can run, because we ain't fast. When you compare us with every other animal, we're freaking slow. We're not fast. Compare us with other animals, we're not strong. Compare us with other animals, we're quite fragile. We're very fragile. Okay? We're very fragile. That's why we have to have helmets and stuff when we play different sports or ride a bike. We have to wear a helmet. We have to invent things to protect us. You know, we have Kevlar and stuff and bulletproof vest and you know, back in the day, we used to use different things in nature for armor. We have to protect ourselves because our bodies are fragile. But our superpower tells us that we know that our bodies are fragile. So what am I saying? You're cheating when you're like, oh, I can go get this and that to go catch this that I'm not even supposed to catch. Now you're giving yourself an excuse. You'd be like, well, I found a way to eat them. Nope. So consider this last little example, and then I'm going to get off. Okay? Consider this last little example. Think about the person who takes a rifle. Think about this, because, and I'm going to set this up too. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. Okay? Think about the person who hunts animals. Okay? And let's compare into the nature version of hunting. In nature, you know, and I'm a Leo. If you didn't know, Leo, baby. Okay? We're the best, we know. So I like to use lions a lot because I resonate with them, just because that's how nature is. So when a lion hunts a gazelle or antelope or whatever, it stalks its prey, it's patient, and it knows that it has to be perfect in order to land this prey. It can't startle it. It can't give away its position. It can't do any of that, because if it does, it may not eat tonight. Okay? So the predator doesn't always win. Matter of fact, they strike out a lot. It's hard to catch prey when the prey knows that it's prey. You don't think the antelope knows what a lion is? When they see that dude, they're like, man, I'm about to get up out of here. So there's balance in that relationship. Sometimes the prey wins and gets away. Sometimes the predator wins and gets a meal. It's balance. Okay? So it's a fair fight. It's a fair fight in nature, because gazelles have superpowers against lions. Them ears that they be turning and all that stuff, and they got these big old eyes and stuff, that's so they can see and hear the lion. And the way they be jumping and turning and running and sprinting and stuff and all that, that's their superpower. So it's a fair fight. Don't act like it's easy for the lion to catch this dude. It's a fair fight. Sometimes the gazelle gets away. Sometimes the lion gets a meal. It's a fair fight. And that's the way nature made it. Nature made it that way. It's a fair fight. So again, consider the person who takes a rifle. Because again, this is for all the people that's like, well, we can create technology with our superpower. You go get a rifle. And you go hide in some box or under a tree or something. You just go hide somewhere. And you use a scope and you use a specialized bullet and all these different things, right? Because I've shot those type of rifles before. I own them. I just use them for fun. I don't go kill stuff with it. I'd be like, oh, let me go to the shooting range and just practice this thing. That's a hobby. But you go hide and you shoot this thing from many, many, many feet away, where the animal never stood a chance. Then, not only that, you take a picture and pose with that animal after it's dead. I'm talking about those people. I'm talking about those people. First question, who does that? Second of all, you must have some LDE. I'll let y'all speculate what LDE. Let me put it again. L, D, D is in dog, E is in elephant. You must have some LDE. If you got to take a picture of you killing an animal. Now, if we flip it again to wrap up, even if you're not doing that, even if you're saying, well, I respect nature, it's population control. First of all, it's population control. It's population control. I hate that. I would like to know who in the world gave you the authority to say, I got to control the population of stuff that's been here. This stuff been here. A lot of the stuff that's around now been here before us. And you're going to be like, it's population control. How? They're minding their business. Why don't you mind yours? It's population control. Always got an excuse or some lame reason. It's population control. I keep doing that because that's how they be sounding, boy. It's population control. Can't be population control. Okay, you're making that up. Well, if we didn't kill them, they'd overrun. No, they're not going to overrun. They're going to do what they do. How about you try to live with them instead of kill them? Anyway, I'm not going to turn this into a nature thing. I'm not trying not to turn into that kind of thing. So again, the point is, even when you're hunting and you're like, it's for food or whatever, first of all, you can't catch the food unless you cheat. You can't. Think about that. It's impossible to catch these animals unless you cheat. I need my gun. I need my gun. That's cheating, bro. Everything else in nature uses what they were born with. Everything else. Everything else. Everything else uses what they were born with. The only species on the planet that goes and does something else outside of nature are these two-legged walking Homo sapiens. And then they try to convince you that you need it. Yeah, I'm about to just keep going. I don't care. I don't care how long this gets. Then they're going to convince you that you need it. That's why there's the huge push on television about protein, 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 protein. Every other commercial got some athlete pushing some type of protein or some type of milk product. They're always pushing it. Why do you think they get the athlete to push it? Because they're the one that's all fit and in shape. And then if you see it, the overweight, obese consumer, you see it, oh, well, so-and-so athlete has it and they do it. Well, I guess I got to do it too. You've been lied to and you believed it. Are you kidding me? Am I the only one that see this? So again, the way you know that we're not supposed to eat animal products, animals. We're not supposed to. Number one, remember the first point. You know the folks that's pulling some strings, whatever you call them. Because let's be honest, we all know they exist. Let's be real. But are we really denying that's a thing? So, folks that's pulling the strings, they're going to put fast food, they're going to put fake food in front of you, they're going to put it everywhere. And they're going to advertise it to you and tell you that you need it. Because otherwise, nobody craves a freaking box full of 30 drumsticks of chicken. Nobody wakes up and be like, I gotta have that. Naturally, we move towards plant foods. Naturally, we humans move towards plant foods. Why do you think they got so many colors? They're bright so we can see them. We don't have good vision. We don't have supervision. Like an eagle who can be up in the freaking sky and see something that's a mile away or whatever. We don't have supervision. That's why the colors are so bright. They're like, yo, you better find me. I'm a strawberry. Look how bright red I am. We walking around basically blind compared to other animals. Can't see, man, let me calm down. We can't see anything. Compared to some of these other animals, you kidding me? So that's why it's all brightly colored. Right? And the ones that's not brightly colored, they're easy to find. They're easy to pick. They're easy. Boop. Here you go. Boop. I mean, think about how a carrot looks out of the ground. It's got these nice green leaves and stuff on it. You're like, I wonder what that is. Let me pull it. Oh, I can eat this. So again, they got all this food, these fast food, the restaurants and all this advertising and all the frozen and the TV dinners and all that stuff. That's to keep you from cooking. That's to keep you from cooking. All right? And that's to keep you from cooking food. Right? And the other thing is, the food doesn't run from you. It doesn't run from you. It's not scared. It's not afraid. And it announces when it announces and it says, please come pick me. When it's ripe, it's telling you, please come pick me and eat me. That's what it's telling you. And here's one more I just thought of that I didn't think of last night. Most of the stuff I just said I thought of last night. But here's one more thing I thought of. When you're picking plant foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grain, all that kind of stuff, and when you're picking it or when you're cooking it, when you're preparing it, all that stuff, man, you don't have to wear gloves and stuff. You don't have to wear a mask and stuff. Like, have you seen the butcher shop at the grocery store? Have you seen that place? Have you seen it? That place is disgusting. There's guts everywhere. There's blood everywhere. That place is disgusting. And they're not just, listen, they're not just wearing gloves and mask and hair. They're not just wearing that stuff because there's regulations that say they got to keep the food clean. Nobody wants that stuff on them. Oh yeah. Yeah, let me go ahead and get some pig guts in my hair and I want it there. I'm not going to clean that. No, let me put some, I don't want this anywhere near me. Let me get this on I don't want my hands on this. Okay? You don't do that when you pick an apple. You just grab the apple. Oh, look, an apple. Oh, wow, a banana. There's no need. It's a plant food. You go wash it off, you eat it. Simple. And then lastly, again, for the folks that want to be like, well, you said that the animals, you said that the plants don't run from you and they're meant to be eaten. What about the predator-prey relationship, right? They run from them too. Yeah, but they have superpowers that made them able to catch them naturally without cheating. So what's the moral of the story? Stop going against nature. If I'm wrong about everything I'm saying, if I'm wrong, and I know I'm not, Leo, if I'm wrong and the diet that you're doing or your neighbor's doing or most of the world is doing or most of America's doing, if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong and you're doing the right diet and I'm crazy, why is everybody sick? If I'm wrong, why is everybody sick? Why does everybody have disease? Why is everybody 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and plus pounds overweight. Why? If I'm wrong, why is everybody diseased and sick? You're going to be like, he crazy. Then why is everybody sick? Explain that. Answer that. I want you to. I really want you to. For the people who say, I'm crazy, he's crazy, he doesn't know what he's talking about, then answer this question. Why is everybody sick and fat? Why is everybody sick and fat? No, the camera didn't freeze. I'm going to keep asking the same question. If I'm wrong about everything I just went over, and again, we didn't even get to the real science behind it, because that's a whole nother conversation that I'm happy to have about the actual science behind it. I'm just talking about nature and balance. I'm just talking about the fact that we weren't made for it. And I'm explaining how every other animal was made for it that does that stuff, that goes and hunt. So if I'm wrong, why is heart disease and cancer and diabetes the thing that kills us more than anything else? Why? Go ahead, answer it. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong, Charles. You're wrong. Okay. If I'm wrong, why is everybody sick? Why is everybody medicated? Why is healthcare costs damn near the most expensive thing here in the country and almost on the planet? Why is that the case? If I'm wrong, why are you sick? If I'm wrong, why are you fat? If I'm wrong, why your knees hurt? If I'm wrong, why are you on diabetes medication? If I'm wrong, why are you on dialysis? If I'm wrong, why do you keep yo-yo dieting? You know you're trying to lose weight, right? Right? You know you're trying to lose weight. So you know something's wrong. Why else would you be trying to yo-yo diet? If you weren't trying to lose weight, why would you be dieting? You know something's wrong. Why are you taking the medication? Why are you taking the medication? You're taking blood pressure medication. You're taking cholesterol medication that makes you more sick. That's crazy. You're already sick. Okay. This just turned into whatever rant post, and I don't care. I don't care who I piss off. Hopefully I save lives from this. That's the whole message. Anybody who knows me knows that I actually want to save your life. Well, I don't like the way he says it. I don't care. I don't like the way he says it. Shut up. I'm telling you the truth and you don't freaking like it. That's your problem. So if I'm crazy, if I'm wrong, I'm all this stuff. No, where is it? Where was I? Oh. You're on diabetes medication or cholesterol medication or any of these things. You're on those things. You're already sick. You already have high cholesterol or blood glucose or whatever. You already got that. But then you take medication that they tell you on the bottle. They tell you that this is going to make you sicker. And you still take it. The warning label, they give it to you when the girl's running on the beach and she's la-di-da-di-da on the pharmaceutical commercial. Again, shout out to my friend Lynn for posting that. What up? That was kind of sparked me. Shout out. Right? When she's running on the beach and she's so happy, they're telling you, this can kill you. This can kill you. This can cause liver failure. This can cause kidney damage. It can cause blindness, anal leakage or some crap, intestinal discomfort, internal bleeding and stuff. Have y'all heard some of these side effects? So think about this. You're already sick. You already have diabetes. So your body's already has a problem that you're not fixing. That medication is not going to fix diabetes. That's not what it's designed to do. Am I crazy? Matter of fact, I'm about to end this post and I'm probably going to make a whole brand new one because this one's going long. And I'm about to go in on medicine. I'm probably going to go to another medium. I think I'm going to go to Instagram. Go to another medium. So I will bid you farewell because I'm about to go over there and make something. And we about to talk about that. So again, we're not designed to eat meat because because we're not made for it. And we're literally designed to eat the foods that are literally designed for us to eat. Because they get ripe, they tell you, time to eat me. Okay? And they don't run from you. They're not scary. None of that stuff. Okay? Have a nice day. Hopefully I help somebody. Love to all. Peace, love, truth, freedom, and justice to everybody. Okay? To everybody. This post is meant to save lives, not to kill them. Have a good one.